We're already halfway through 2026, and if your New Year's money goals are still sitting in your Notes app untouched, this is your reset. Because if you keep using the same money system for the next 6 months, your bank account in December is going to look exactly like it did in January. Maybe you told yourself, this is the year I finally stop living paycheck to paycheck. This is the year I save money. This is the year I stop stressing every time rent is due. But now half the year is gone, and for a lot of people, nothing really changed. Same paycheck, same bills, same bank account getting low before the month is over. And while you're trying to figure out where your money went, it feels like everyone your age is somehow winning. Somebody you graduated with just bought a second car. Another friend is posting from a luxury vacation. People from work are laughing outside a nice restaurant after their shift. Ordering like rent isn't waiting in the corner. And you're staring at your bank app thinking, how is my $2,500 paycheck already almost gone? The frustrating part is, you're not lazy. You work, you show up. You do the regular 9 to 5 thing 5 days a week, sometimes more. You pay your bills, you try to be responsible, then rent hits, insurance hits, groceries hit, gas hits, phone bill hits. You grab lunch because you didn't meal prep. You order DoorDash because you got home tired. You buy something on Amazon because it was only 20 bucks. And suddenly the paycheck that was supposed to give you breathing room looks like it was never really yours. That's when you start comparing. You see the vacation, not the credit card balance. You see the car, not the monthly payment. You see the dinner, not the overdraft fee 3 days later. A lot of people are not ahead. A lot of people are just better at making broke look expensive. But even knowing that doesn't fix your bank account. So you start blaming yourself. Maybe I'm bad with money. Maybe I'm not disciplined. Maybe I need to make way more before I can save anything. But the reason you don't have $1,000 saved is probably not your intelligence. It definitely isn't luck. And it's not always your income either. A lot of the time, it's the order your money moves in. Most people don't have a money system. They just have money coming in, money going out, and a vague hope that something will be left at the end. That is not a system. That is survival with direct deposit. And no, this is not another stop buying coffee video. I'm not going to tell you your entire financial life is falling apart because you bought a latte. I'm not going to tell you to cancel every subscription, never eat out, never have fun, and suffer your way into stability. Being miserable is not a money strategy. Yes, small spending matters. But if the whole plan depends on you becoming a perfect robot who never gets tired, never wants convenience, and never makes an impulse purchase, the plan is already broken. The goal is not to hate your life for 90 days. The goal is to build a simple system that works for normal people with normal jobs, normal bills, and normal stress. Here's the financial lie almost everybody believes. I'll save whatever is left at the end of the month. It sounds responsible. Paycheck comes in, bills go out, life happens, and whatever is left goes to savings. But that is exactly why most people never build an emergency fund, because savings cannot come last. If savings comes last, savings gets leftovers. And leftovers are unpredictable. If something matters, it needs a protected spot. If you only sleep after everything else is done, you never sleep enough. If you only work out when you magically have energy, you probably don't work out. Money works the same way. If you only save after every bill, every craving, every weekend plan, and every random expense gets paid first, your emergency fund will stay at zero. Not because you're weak, because the order is wrong. And this is psychology. Any money your brain sees as available slowly turns into spending. $10 here, $15 there, 30 bucks on takeout, $12 on a subscription, $40 at Target when you walked in for toothpaste. None of it feels dangerous in the moment because each purchase is small. But your bank account doesn't care that the purchases felt small. It only cares that the money left. That's why your paycheck isn't disappearing because you're bad with money. It's disappearing because your money has no job. So today I'm going to show you how to build your first $1,000 emergency fund in 90 days, even if you only make $2,500 a month. And for this example, we're talking about $2,500 take-home pay, the money that actually lands in your account after taxes. Not motivation quotes, not guilt, not just make more money, bro. Here's the system. First, we shrink the goal. Then we build 3 money streams. Then we plug it into a real $2,500 budget. So let's shrink the goal. You are not trying to save $1,000 today. $1,000 in 90 days is $333 a month. That's about $77 a week. And if you break it all the way down, it's $11.11 a day. That's the shift. Stop chasing $1,000. Start protecting $11. Your brain sees $1,000 and thinks not happening. Your brain sees $11 and thinks, Okay, maybe. $11 is one fast food combo, one random Amazon thing, one delivery fee spiral you avoid because you ate what was already in your kitchen. Now, you don't have to literally move $11.11 every morning like some finance monk. You can do it weekly, you can do it every paycheck, you can do it in chunks. The point is simple. This is not a mysterious rich person number, it's math. But we're not going to make one paycheck carry the whole thing. Most people try to save using one stream. They look at their paycheck and say, I need to find $333 this month. If that feels too heavy, they quit. We're not doing that. We're building three money streams into one emergency fund. Stream number one works because it removes the most dangerous person from the decision. You on payday. Payday you is optimistic. Payday you sees the balance and says, we're good, we've got room. But if your emergency fund sits in your checking account, it is not an emergency fund. It is money waiting to be accidentally spent. So the first move is simple. Open a separate savings account. Not an investment account, not crypto, a normal savings account. Look for no monthly fee, no minimum balance if possible, FDIC insured, and no debit card attached. Your emergency money needs to be safe, boring, and separate. Then set up an automatic transfer on payday. Not 3 days later, not when I remember. Payday. The same day your paycheck lands, a piece moves out before your brain starts negotiating. If you can move $75 every paycheck, do that. If you can move $50, start there. If things are tight, start with $25 just to build the habit. Your old order was paycheck, bills, spending, whatever's left, savings. Your new order is paycheck, automatic transfer, emergency fund, then everything else. Automation beats motivation. Stream number two is where we find the money you already made and accidentally gave away. No shame, just data. Open your banking app and look at the last 30 days. Not the last year, just 30 days. Look for 5 categories: delivery apps, Amazon or random online shopping, streaming subscriptions, your phone plan, and bank fees. These are the invisible leaks. Delivery is usually the first one. I'm not saying never order food, I'm saying add it up. One order is $24, another is $31, another is $18 because you thought you were being cheap, but fees and tip had other plans. Cut it in half for 90 days. Keep easy food at home that takes less effort than opening the app. Not because you love cooking, because you're protecting that $11 a day. Then look at Amazon. Every purchase feels small. Only $12. Only $19. I kind of need this. Use the 24-hour cart rule. Anything non-essential goes in the cart and waits until tomorrow. If you still want it and it fits your plan, fine. But most impulse purchases die if you make them wait. The cart is not a checkout line anymore. The cart is a cooling off zone. Next, streaming. Rotate, don't collect. Keep the one or two services you actually use this month. Pause the rest. These companies are not your pets. You do not have to keep feeding them every month. Then check your phone plan. If you're paying more than you need, compare plans or call your provider. Saving $20 or $30 matters when your monthly target is $333. And check bank fees, overdraft fees, monthly fees, ATM fees. That's poison. If your bank charges you just to exist, look for a no fee option and turn on low balance alerts. Now imagine you recover $210 a month, $90 from less delivery, $50 from fewer random purchases, $25 from subscriptions, $35 from your phone plan, and $10 in fees. That's real money. But here's the key. Recovered money must be captured immediately. If you cancel a $15 subscription and leave that $15 floating in checking, it will vanish. When you find the leak, plug it and move that money to the emergency fund. Otherwise, you didn't save money. You just made room to spend it somewhere else. Stream number three is where we speed up the plan without turning your life into a hustle bro nightmare. We're adding one small income stream. Small. This is not quitting your job or building a seven-figure business from your bedroom. This is a 90-day cash sprint. Sell stuff you already own. Pick up one weekend shift. Do pet sitting. Tutor one subject you understand. Do delivery for a few hours. Take one small freelance task if you already have a skill. The point is not to find the perfect side hustle. The point is to create one extra stream of cash that goes directly into the emergency fund before it touches your lifestyle. Start with selling things. Walk around your room and look for money hiding in objects. Old headphones, shoes you don't wear, small electronics, textbooks, a bike, extra furniture, a monitor. Most people have at least $100 to $300 sitting around in stuff they forgot about. That early win matters. When your emergency fund goes from $0 to $150 in a weekend, your brain starts believing the plan is real. After that, choose one repeatable stream, not six. One, it must be quick to start, low cost, or free to start, and paid in cash soon. Do not spend $500 trying to make $200. This phase is not about building an empire. It's about creating an extra $50 a week or $200 a month and sending it straight to the fund. Now watch the three streams work together. Let's say your automatic transfer is $50 every paycheck. If you get paid twice a month, that's $100. Then you recover $150 from leaks. Now you're at $250. Add one small income stream that brings in $100, and you're at $350 for the month. You only needed $333. This is the moment most people miss. You didn't save $333 from one place. You built it from three smaller moves. But there's one rule that makes or breaks the whole thing. The emergency fund is not for regular spending. Emergency money has to be safe and it has to be boring. If it can drop in value, it doesn't belong here. If you can swipe it at the mall, it's too easy to touch. If it's predictable, it's not an emergency. If it's optional, it's not an emergency. Flat tire, emergency. Concert ticket, not emergency. Medical bill, emergency. New phone because yours feels old, not emergency. Car repair, medical bill, job interruption, urgent travel. Something necessary, unexpected, and time sensitive. That's what this money is for. And let me warn you now, the first time this account hits $300, your brain is going to start shopping. That's the test. Don't fail the test. Your brain will say, "We've been good. Maybe we can use a little." No. That money finally has a wall around it. If the money keeps getting borrowed for normal life, you don't have an emergency fund. You have a second checking account with better branding. Now let's plug this into a real budget. Let's say you make $2,500 a month in take-home pay. Income, $2,500. Rent, $950. Food, $350. Insurance, $150. Utilities, $120. Gas, $150. Phone, $60. Entertainment, $150. That adds up to $1,930, leaving $570. But that $570 still has to cover toiletries, medicine, clothes, parking, birthday gifts, random fees, and the stuff you forgot to write down. So if your plan is, "I'll just save $333 from whatever is left," you can see why that breaks. Your numbers may not look exactly like this. That's fine. The point is not copying the budget, the point is copying the system. With the system, the math changes. $100 from automatic transfers, $165 from recovered leaks, $100 from one small income stream. That's $365. Now, the first $1,000 doesn't feel like a fantasy goal anymore. It feels like a plan. And this matters because life is going to hit. Your car makes a weird noise. The mechanic says it's $600. Your laptop breaks. Your hours get cut. A medical bill shows up. Without an emergency fund, the path is usually car repair, credit card, debt, stress. Then next month, you're paying your normal bills and last month's emergency. One bad day becomes 6 bad months. But with an emergency fund, the story changes. Car repair, cash, move on. Still annoying? Yes. But it doesn't wreck your life. It doesn't become debt. It doesn't follow you around. That's what your emergency fund is for. It is not there to make you rich. It is there to stop one bad day from becoming 6 bad months. So don't try to finish the whole 90-day plan today. Just win the first 7 days. Day 1, open a separate savings account. Keep it simple. No fees, no minimum balance if possible, no debit card attached. Day 2, set up an automatic transfer on payday. Day 3, review your last 30 days of spending and find the leaks. Day 4, cancel or pause subscriptions you don't actually use. Day 5, sell one item, just one. Take the picture, post it, turn it into cash. Day 6, choose one small income stream for the next 90 days. Not 5. 1. Day 7, make your first deposit into the emergency fund. Once that first deposit happens, the system is alive. Automatic transfers keep moving. Leaks keep getting plugged. Extra income goes straight into the fund before lifestyle creep touches it. For 90 days, every recovered dollar and every extra dollar has one job: build the shield. Now think back to the beginning, the second car, the vacation pictures, the people laughing outside the restaurant. At first, all of that made you feel behind. But once you understand the system, you stop staring at everyone else's highlight reel and start building your own foundation. Next time you see someone posting the life you want, don't use it to feel behind. Use it as a reminder. You're building now. And if you're tired of finance advice that sounds like it was made for people who already have money, subscribe. I'm building this channel for regular people with regular paychecks who are trying to finally understand money, keep more of it, and stop feeling like life is always one emergency away from falling apart. Your first $1,000 will not make you wealthy, but it will prove something way more important. You can control money instead of feeling controlled by it. First, you build the $1,000 emergency fund. Then you attack high interest debt. Then you build 3 to 6 months of expenses. Then you start investing. Then financial freedom stops sounding like something other people talk about and starts becoming something you are actually building. So don't wait for another new year. Start with the first 7 days. Open the account, set the transfer, find the leaks, sell one thing, pick one small income stream, make the first deposit. Your first $1,000 won't make you rich, but it will prove you're finally in control of your money. And once you control your money, you can start building the life you've been watching everyone else post about.